Dorrit, I'd love to hear from you. What comes up for you when we talk about unity without uniformity?
I'm going straight to the parent part first, because having guided 4 girls through the teens, the youngest one is 21 now, and the oldest one is 31. So um, seeing their friends, especially how a lot of the girls, especially in the younger teens, how they feel the need to look the same way and behave the same way, like the same music, like the same boys, because they don't want to stand out. They don't feel their power. They don't dare to show their uniqueness, and that has always kind of upset me. I felt sorry for them, honestly, because I was like, but you're special. Why do you have like 6 girls looking exactly the same? If you see them from behind, you don't know if it's Tina or Trudy. You have no idea, because it's the same clothes and the same hairstyle and everything. So for the unity part, they kind of feel that gives them safety, and they don't stand out. They don't get bullied if they look the same, and all of that. And for my girls, um, I well, I'm my kind of normal. So I encourage them to kind of be different, to stand out, and do whatever and say whatever they felt like doing, and embrace that. Um, and I told them that we are all part of a gigantic jigsaw puzzle, and all pieces are needed. If one is missing, or if 2 is exactly the same, it won't work. So we have to have each piece is going into the place where it belongs, to support and to go together with everyone else to make that whole picture. And we can't do that if everyone is a square. you know so just by explaining it that simply to my young teenage girls, they kind of understood that it's okay to not be square or a circle. So yeah, and they tried to kind of rub this off on their friends, and say, hey, you can stand out, and you can um, say what you think, and have your hair the way you want, and all of that. And I could see that they were kind of rubbing off on them, and it was wonderful, because that's our power as parents, to make those ripples, to raise those little diamonds that we have, and release them in the world, and have them to kind of carry things further. So for instance, my girls haven't well, they're part of the big scheme, but they're not doing what everyone else is doing. My youngest, she is now standing along roads and directing traffic, when they do road work. She wanted to do that. Of all things. So she wanted to be the person with the stop sign, and wait in line, and now you can go. I mean, she has a diploma, she has everything she needed, but that was what she wanted to do now. So I'm like, okay, well, she has a lot of yellow clothes and look like a cone, but she has a lot of fun and gets to travel. so so yeah, the unity part is important, because we all are better together, and we're not built to be alone. We are social beings, and we need other people, but we don't need to be like other people. So that's my take on it. Yeah. Thank you.
That was so great, Dorrit. You bring up such an important point, and I think that we've all kind of been hitting on this as we, unpack this or have a deeper discussion about it, and that is really breaking those norms or yeah, really disrupting that status quo. And one way we can do that is at home with our children and really have those discussions, those conversations, so that when they go out into that external world, they remember, they have that understanding that it's okay to be different in a world that wants us to conform. And I know for myself, I didn't have enough of those conversations growing up. And therefore, I led with fear of differences. It wasn't until I studied conflict resolution and took life coach training that I started to be more open to the idea of different as a good thing, not as a negative. And I have become more involved in my community in movements such as Black Lives Matters and become more aware of how others want the names that they'd like to be called and how important it is to call others by their name. And I think that, you know, that really starts at home, Dorrit. And so you just brought up such a great point. And I think your girls, you're really seeing the results of those conversations. And as far as them going outside and being able to influence others to maintain their uniqueness as well. And so kudos to you for, having those conversations at home. I think that's a great place to start. And I know that as those girls, and like you said, they're working, I know that that will transfer to the workplace as well. And that's where we really need these changes to start taking shape. Thank you for that.